Hey everybody, CamiBaker.com here, and I want to talk to you about what in the world does online dating have to do with how I'm marketing my business? Well, as a student and as a teacher of human nature and just watching and being absolutely fascinated by how people present themselves, how they respond or don't respond, I find it fascinating in online dating that people have a hard time marketing the one thing that is the most important thing, the one commodity that is the most important thing for you to market is you. It's yourself. So in online dating, right? So I'm doing online dating. This is the fourth time I've done online dating in the last 3 years, and I'll just throw myself right out there under the bus. For years and years, I was always instant girlfriend, people I knew, et cetera, et cetera. 4 years ago, find myself footloose and fancy free, started doing online dating, got a boyfriend, online dating, got a boyfriend, online dating, got a boyfriend, back to online dating. So in the last couple of months, I'm actually using my online dating. I'm putting it on my business card because it is a case study of personalities and human nature and watching how people act and respond. And when I'm doing networking and teaching people about networking and how to communicate and conversate, to collaborate, to create income, influence, and impact, this is a great case study. So I'm looking at these online profiles, and first of all, I teach everything in threes. So the way that I explain things is set intention, pay attention to create retention. And that's whether, hey Stacy, hey Leslie, thank you guys for giving me the hearts and the thumbs up. I know you can identify. So we want to set the intention, whether we're going networking, whether we're doing online dating and wanting to attract the perfect prospect in that arena, whether we are wanting to get on stages, whether we are wanting to market ourselves in business, et cetera, et cetera. So setting the intention is the first thing. So I'm scrolling through, I'm swiping, I'm, passing through. What is the deal with the photos that are blurry, that start out with a picture of a cat, that start out with a picture of a sunset or a fish or something like that? Think about in your business. What is the first thing that people see about you? Are they seeing a good headshot that's current, not 10 years ago, not 50 pounds ago, not, something that's not appropriate for your genre? Like, if you're a travel agent, maybe you want to put a picture of a sunset or something that's marketing what you sell, because what you're selling is travel. But really, these days in business, it used to be that the only person that had a picture on their business card was a real estate agent or a mortgage person. But now people really do want to get to know you. They want to do business with somebody that they know, like, trust, can see, can stalk on Facebook, on LinkedIn. So in the online dating, I always find it, and I've swiped and scrolled through 10,000 of them, and I find it fascinating. You're online to attract your perfect mate. Your very first, that first impression is a picture of a cat, or a picture of a cartoon character, or a picture of your motorcycle, or you with a fish, or holding a beer. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in business, because don't we also see on people's websites or on their Facebook, it may not be somebody with a beer, but it's not a picture that is flattering and that is appropriate for who they are and what they're representing. So that's how the photos kind of play into this. And, a lot of the times when I see a photo online, an online dating, if it's one photo, people can take one good picture. But if you get different angles and different variety of photos, you can see, if this is somebody that you really want to meet. It's the same thing in business. Do people see different aspects of you? Are they seeing you in video? Are they seeing you on different platforms? Are they getting a taste of who you are? I'm the big proponent of don't do an elevator pitch. Don't ask people, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Because then that 30 seconds is so pigeonholed. It's such a small part of what we do, So having one photo really doesn't give people a full aspect of who you are. Now, the second part of setting the intention and paying attention is how these guys are describing themselves or not describing themselves. So typically, if somebody has one photo and no description, it better be a damn good photo for me to respond, because if they can't give a description of themselves, I always think to myself as a marketing person, you're trying to attract a woman, whether you want to just go to bed with her, whether you're wanting to have company at dinner, or whether you're looking for the true love of your life, for any reason that you took the time to put yourself on Tinder or Match or any of them, if you took the time to do it, why not market yourself so that you can go to bed with more people or find your perfect mate or have a lot of dates? Whatever your ultimate goal is, let's market that. So in the description, if they don't have a description at all, number one, it's kind of like, you put out your logo of your business. That's your face. You got a couple of pictures of you, but then there's nothing about your business. And you're basically saying, and sometimes they do, email me for information. I'm honest. I'll tell you anything. Just ask. Well, in business, are you making people ask you what you do? Do they know what you do? Can they tell in your copy, in your landing pages, in your funnels, in your videos, in your emails, etc.? Do they know what you're all about? Like what you offer? Because if they don't, some people will see photos and things and ask you certain questions about yourself, but in general, not so much. You're losing a lot of business by not describing yourself, and these guys are losing a lot of women reaching out to them because they're not saying anything. So either A, they're lazy and just won't put it out there because their ego's so big they think people will just contact them. Know any people in business like that? Well, I have such a great website. People will just find me. No, they won't. You got to market. So they either think they're so great people will just come to them, or they don't know what to say about themselves. And I always hate the ones that start out with, well, I don't really know what to say about myself. Ha, ha, ha. Look, lack of confidence. In business, how are you being seen? How are you being heard? Do people see you walk in the room, see you get on the Zoom, hear you when you get on the phone? See, I'm getting ready to walk into Panera's. I walk in there, you'd think I own the place, not because I'm egotistical and got swag, but because I'm confident and I know who I am and I know what I bring to the table, and it just oozes off of me. So, how are you describing yourself? These guys don't describe themselves. And then on the rare occasion that the photo is so good that I do reach out or they reach out to me and I do have conversation. Now, if they didn't have a description, a lot of the times they didn't have a description because they don't know how to communicate. They don't know what to say. They have no idea how to have a conversation. Now, when we are paying attention, there's three kinds of communication. There's written. Can you send a written, can you finish a sentence? Can you have business etiquette? Can you have personal etiquette? Can you be friendly? In online dating, can you be flirtatious? Or in business, can you be able to talk to someone in such a way that you encourage and engage and intrigue and inspire and enroll them to want to continue to talk to you? So if they don't know how to do the written word, then the next part is the voice. So typing is good, voice is better. Being able to get together face to face in a video, on a Zoom, at an actual date, that's the best. And it's fascinating. I had a mentor years ago in network marketing, and network marketing, good, bad, or indifferent, no matter how you look at it, is a great way to learn about people and about personalities and how to just be fascinated, not frustrated. Because something would happen and he would say, Cami, don't be frustrated by what people do. Be fascinated. Just be present and notice and be engaged in the noticing of your noticing and what you're learning about people. Don't be frustrated. Be fascinated. So all of this stuff happens, and where I sit in this space in my life, I just find it fascinating that, some guys that you would think are the most confident, the most alpha, which, by the way, I've come to find out that just because somebody looks alpha, they ain't. Or maybe they are, and alpha's not what I thought it was anyway. But these guys that are all buff and look really great on the outside, not only can they not type, but when they're invited to get on a phone call, they run. God forbid you actually want to get together and meet somebody. A confident woman scares the crap out of them. If somebody just puts it right on the table, hey, listen, let's get together. Just run, just turn into a ghost. So for business, are you that person that runs? And a lot of you are saying, oh, no, I'm not the one that runs. I always return a phone call. I always make that phone call. Maybe you're that 1%, but I've been to thousands of networking events, thousands, not even kidding. When I lived in New York City, I'd go to 3 or 4 a day, and I've flown to them, and I've paid for them, and I've been to tens of thousands of business cards exchanged and hands shaken and stages spoken from, etc., etc. And I know for a fact that 95% of business owners, people that I've exchanged business cards with, do not reach out first. Sometimes they don't even respond when you reach out. And I've met people who sell insurance, and I'd say, hey, I'm new in town. Here's my card. I need insurance. And even when you say, call me, I want to do business, they don't. So you may be one of the people who does, but you're few and far between. So here are all these guys out there that have their photo, if they do have a good photo, description or not, and then they get somebody to interact with. And look, granted, I'm not perfect for everybody. Not everybody's perfect for me. I'm not saying that just because I'm responding to someone that all of a sudden they need to be in love and follow up and all that kind of stuff. But when you started to engage with someone and you invite them to get on the phone and they disappear, it's interesting. And it happens in business a lot too. So as a business person, are you real, raw, relatable, and reachable? Are you the one that's reaching out first? Are you the one that can have an engaging conversation? Are you hiding behind an email or a Facebook post or a text or a Facebook private message, but you don't pick up the phone, or you can't engage with somebody on Zoom? You know, one of the things that I teach, and I talk about it all the time, is Facebook private messenger. In the Facebook private messenger, you can send a video to someone. It's only 15 seconds, which is awesome, because then you don't have to spend a whole lot of time, blah, 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 kind of like what I'm doing right now. And it has to be really urgent, and people will respond. They love getting those messages. It's so personal. It's so personal to do that. So don't be afraid to use this when you're reaching out to people. So online dating, how does it match up with business marketing? Well, in a lot of ways. How are you setting the intention? How are you paying attention? And how are you creating retention? How are people seeing you? How are they receiving you? How do they feel about you when they see your photo online? Are they seeing you engaged in radio interviews, TV interviews, on stages? Are you out speaking in front of people? In other words, what intention are you putting out there? How are you paying attention when you're in the moment? And how are you creating the retention? One of my friends, I did a Facebook Live about a couple of days ago, Tracy Thompson. One of the things that she says is, how you do anything is how you do everything. So, online dating versus businesses. How am I finding case study after case study how it tends to play out? How you do anything is how you do everything. So if a guy is having a hard time describing himself or won't put a description, if he does text, it's short 3-word sentences and can't have a conversation. If he does get on the phone and he's insecure and make an excuse like, well, I don't take great pictures, or boy, I'll bet you sure get a lot of people that hit on you. I guess I don't have a chance. Stuff like that. It's such a turnoff, right? And we do that in business too. So if someone's like that in how they're messaging me or how they're talking to me, or God forbid we meet and they're like that, how they do anything is how they do everything. I don't need a wishy-washy man. I don't need a man that can't communicate. I don't need someone who is insecure, who's making excuses about how they look or what they do or what they don't do or any of that stuff. I was on my online profile, I say in there, look, if you're an employee, probably not gonna hit it off. I'm much more entrepreneur, business owner kind of gal, because of the mindset and the conversation, like talking about marketing and business and personal development and growth and the lifestyle of being able to set my own schedule and come and go and take a day to go spend with my sweetheart if I want to, no matter what day of the week it is, etc. That's why I like entrepreneurs and business owners. It has nothing to do with money. I'd rather date a broke business owner than a flat out wealthy employee, give or take a few different criteria, of course. But when I put that in my profile, it's to weed out people that are 9 to 5 and going to come to the table just talking about who's banging who and what's on TV. That's not what I want to talk about. So, I got on the phone with a guy one time and he was like, yeah, after we were texting, I looked you up online and I see all the things that you do. And he said, and he was beautiful, sent me beautiful photos, great teeth, nice body, very nice, very well put together, very personal hygiene and all that. But as soon as we got on the phone, he's like, I probably am not going to work for you. And, you probably wouldn't like me anyway. And I was like, no, I damn sure don't. Not just based on that comment you just made. So it wasn't me that was rejecting him. It was like, he was just telling me all the reasons why I shouldn't go out with him. We do that in business too, people, all the time. So I'm out at networking events. One specifically about 6 weeks ago, everybody's sitting at tables, kind of like a training, little workshop. There was about 30 people in the room, all sitting around tables, and they went around, did their dirty 30-second elevator pitches. And as we're going around the room, 80% of the people in the room, well, I used to be in corporate. I worked for IBM for 20 years. So what I really want to do now is I think I want to be a IT consultant or a variation thereof. Basically, it's like a guy saying, well, I was married for 20 years, and that didn't work out. And, we're still friends. But what I'd really like is to have... Look, nobody wants to hear about what you used to do like that. Nobody wants to hear your woes and your sorrows. People want to do business with people that are confident. This is what I do. This is how I serve people. This is how I can help you. So, are you doing that? Are you showing up? Are you being heard? Are you being seen? And are you being the obvious choice? So, a lot of my taglines now are about being seen, being heard, being the authority. Be seen, be heard, be the event if you want to be a speaker. I was thinking about this with the online dating thing. Be seen, be heard, be the obvious choice. So these guys are out there and they are wanting something. Like I said, whether it's just to get in bed with somebody or whether it's to have a full-bore, beautiful relationship with another human being, whatever it is, they took the time to put themselves out there. You're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, whether you have a brick and mortar, whether you're a coach and you're like me and you work from your car, your home, and Panera's, whatever. You're putting yourself out there because you want to serve people. Whether you want to serve one client this year for $100,000 or 100 people for $1,000, whatever it is for you, you're putting yourself out there to serve people. So if we're going to put ourselves out there to attract a person personally or attract people in business, what intention are you setting? How are you paying attention to your words and how you're being seen and received? These guys clearly are not going back and looking at their profile from just an objective perspective. And I go back through and look at my profiles every couple of weeks, just from an objective perspective. Have I changed? Have I shifted? Has my energy shifted so that something that I wrote 2 weeks ago that sounded beautiful, now I'm like, I don't like that. I think I'm going to change it. Like, am I tweaking my stuff so that it's an actual representation of who I am right now, what I do bring to the table, how I can serve, whether it's personally or professionally? Are you doing that? Business plan. they say write a business plan, and don't just write it and put it in a drawer and let it sit there for a year and then go back in a year and say, too bad that didn't happen. You got to go back and review it. You got to look at it sometimes. You got to look at your business plan. What's your marketing plan? Same thing for online dating. What is your marketing plan? So as I've been doing this online dating, I'm telling you, I have thought about actually reaching out, literally hundreds, maybe thousands. I've thought about reaching out to and say, listen, let me coach you on good photos. Let me coach you on good verbiage. And I know Match.com, they have their own little coaches and they'll write your profile for you. But I mean, even stuff like, don't hold the phone down here and take a picture of your nostrils looking up like that. Don't just take all the photos with you with a fish or with a beer in your hand, or don't put up, blurry photos and that kind of stuff. Because if you're going to market the one commodity, I say all the time, you want to position, posture, package, poise, present, be present with the product. And the product, my friends, is you. You are the product that you're selling. Even if you're an insurance agent or a real estate agent, or you sell, vitamins and jewelry, whatever that is, you still are the face of the business, aren't you? And if you're online dating and you're doing, and you're not representing the one product, see, if we're doing marketing online and we are a real estate agent, we might want to have tons of photos of our properties too, because it shows we take good photos of the properties. We can get a great listing. We are reputable because all these people are doing business with us too. Like online dating, you wouldn't put a whole bunch of pictures of your ex-girlfriends just to show what you can get, right? You wouldn't do that. But as a business person, you might do stuff like that. If you are a jewelry person, you might want to have all the photos of your jewelry. If you're a travel agent, you might want to have pictures of all the beautiful destinations that you can send people to. But if you're in online dating, the one thing that you're selling is you. And it's so funny to me. Guys put on these photos of their house and their motorcycle and things like that. But then they say, oh, we don't want gold diggers. We don't want people coming, going out with us just because what we have. Well, then don't present that. Don't put it out there. Don't try to entice somebody to go out with you because you have a motorcycle, So how are people seeing you? How are they perceiving you? How are you being received? What is the impression you're putting out as a business person? So that's my little thought for the day. Are you going back and looking at your business plan, your website, reevaluating it, seeing if it's still a great representation of you? Are you attracting people to you? I love the difference between networking, which wastes time with random activity, and net webbing, which I teach in my book that you can get for free, CamiBaker.com/free book. You can get a free copy of Mingle to Millions. I talk about net webbing. Net webbing leverages time through planned strategy. Networking, random activity. Example, throw up a few photos, blurry, back of your head, photos of your dog and picture of your house and your motorcycle, no description, throw it out there, see if somebody responds. Kind of like going to a business networking event, throw a bunch of cards out there, just throw them out, hand them to whoever will put them in there that you can shove in their hand, and then you sit back and you're waiting for somebody to call you. Good luck with that. Like that's going to work, right? We want to leverage our time through planned strategy. Present yourself with such a great first impression that you are the obvious choice. Whether it's in online dating, whether it's in business, you want to be seen, be heard, be the obvious choice. And guess what? I can help you with that. So if I did the online dating reevaluation, by the time I send them a message, they would think I'm flirting. I got to explain myself. Now I got to talk to, I could maybe get a couple $100 a person to help them understand how to take a good photo. Stop having, the dirty socks and the beer cans in the back of the photo, just all that stuff. So that's just not worth my time. But for you as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a visionary, as a thought leader, as someone who wants to be seen and be heard because it makes a difference in their business, I can help you with that. Reach out and let me know. CamiBaker.com/free book to get a copy of Mingle to Millions. Let me know if you want to teach your group how to mingle to millions from the stage. If you want me to teach your company how to do cause marketing and make a difference while you're making money, while you're win-win-win for a cause. If you're an individual, I signed up 2 beautiful clients this week, both of which want to be speakers. They want to be speakers. One of them has a book with Jack Canfield. She has a picture of her on the cover of the book with Jack Canfield. She wants to be a speaker. She has no idea how to use that book. No idea. So I'm going to help her get on stages. Another woman that I've just started working with runs a networking group. She's been the leader of this networking group for 7 years. She is wonderful. She knows how to connect. She knows how to talk to people. She knows how to create a community, but she doesn't know how to go get on other people's stages. So I'm going to help her with that. Anything that you do that you find to be really natural for you, that's your genius zone. That's what you can get paid to coach people on. That's my genius zone, helping people get on stages, helping them to be seen and be heard the way that they want to be seen and heard. 2 weekends ago, I was at a retreat, and it was all about personal connections, just how to connect with another human being. And it became really clear, people just want to be seen. They just want to be heard, whether it's one-on-one in line at Panera's, whether it's in a room with 30 people at a networking event, or whether it's in front of hundreds or thousands of people on the stage or on a Facebook Live. We all just want to be seen and be heard. I can help you with that. Have a great day. Bye.